That's never had an hoover. It's like an ashtray, isn't it? My God, have I got some work to do on this. 10 pence, 20 pence, 50 pence a pound. We're at the auctions again, and today I'm going to show you what £2,600 buys you. Now, I've been quite lucky with this car because 90% of the car dealers who go to auctions are chasing these cars, what I bought today. Small cars, first cars, cheap to insure cars. That's the ones that everybody's after. And I've managed to get hold of one. So, before I get too excited, let's have a good look around it and see if it's any good, shall we? So, let's get into it. Here it is, look. Now we need to get on Auto Trader and have a look what these are selling for, because I think it's worth £4.5 grand. Now there's a reason to why I got it so cheap, which I'll show you in a minute. It's a Citroen C1 with only one former keeper, and it's low mileage, about 40,000 miles if I remember rightly. Looks a bit mucky inside. It's crying out for a good valet. Wow, smells absolutely terrible of cigarettes in here, really does. Right, let's start it up. See what it sounds like. Thank God for that. These 1 litres, they have a timing chain and they're prone for going on a cold start. They'll rattle their heads off, but this is nice and smooth and quiet. Now, as you can see, we've got the tyre pressure monitor light on, we've got the engine management light on, and we've got the traction control light on. This is why I got it for the money I did. If these lights wouldn't have been on and this would have been all cleaned up, it'd have fetched about £3,600 under hammer. This is the thing with auctions. If you're willing to buy a bit of risk and a bit of work, you can get cars at the right money. Right, let's get it out and give it a run. And fingers crossed, it's going to be okay. These little 3-cylinder engines are so funny because when you rev them, they sound like a V6. They sound like they're like a 5 litre. Really, really funny things they are. I'm hoping it doesn't start missing, because if it's got a misfire on it, it could be something quite sinister. And I'm hoping this management light is just like a lambda sensor or something, and it's going to be an easy fix. With 43,000 miles, I don't think it's going to be the chain. If it is, we're going to lose some money. What I'll do is I'll pull over in a minute, we'll have a look around it and see what it's like from outside. It's absolutely filthy. Just look at static carpets. That's never had an hoover. It's like an ashtray, isn't it? My God, have I got some work to do on this. What's the tyres like? They're pretty good. These covers want pulling off and they want gloss blacking over. Make it sharpen it up. Outside, there's not really a mark on it. The back tyres, they're like new. It's in brilliant condition outside for 11-year-old. Oh, what's this? That'll polish out with a buffer. We'll get that out, and that'll come out as well. But there's no dings or anything. Let's look under the bonnet, and I'll show you this engine. It's like a little sewing machine. No. I think we've pulled the fuel cap. Let's try this side. Wow, just look at state on it. Oh my God. Do you know, if you want to go into this game, you've got to be prepared to put some work in, I'll tell you now. How do we get this up? Look at that. Look at the size of that battery. Oh my God. We've got oil from top. Now, is that from where they've filled it up with oil? Could be. Might just want jet washing off that. But yeah, it wants a damn good bath, doesn't it? Let's get back into it, get it onto open road, get it back, get it on that computer, and fingers crossed that timing chain's not gone. Let's get some boot, get it up to speed and make sure it's alright. Not a bad place to be for a little car. Now, I know that Peugeot and Citroen and Toyota all share the same chassis. I know if you're looking at a Toyota version of this, you're looking at £1,500 more than what its Citroen and Peugeot equivalent is. So it just shows you, for the same car, different badge, you can save yourself over 1,500 quid. So up to now, we're up to temperature. That seems to be holding all right. We've got no overheating issues. The temperature's getting hot. so that's a good sign as well, that the head gasket's not gone and we've got no heater matrix problems. Yeah, other than the management light on and the traction light and a good valet, we're on to a winner. What we'll do when we get back, we'll plug it on the computer and fingers crossed that management light's nothing. Right, let's plug his little eBay £30 computer into ECU and see what these fault codes are, shall we? I think it's down here somewhere. Let's have a look. There it is, look. Let's put the ignition on and see what it's saying. Right, so it's coming up with P0341 camshaft position sensor. So fingers crossed it won't be the cam chain. I'll just make a log of that number, and what we'll do before we go on YouTube and see what the fault is, we'll just clear it and see if it stays off. Let's start it up and see if that stays off, shall we? Well, that's took the traction light off as well. That's strange. I can't be this lucky, surely. Well, fingers crossed that'll stay off. So what I'll do now, we'll get on the Auto Trader and we'll see what it's worth, shall we? So what I've done is a 90-mile radius Citroen C1 from 2014, because this is the facelift model and the changeover year is 2014. Maximum mileage of 60,000 because ours has done 43. Let's let that spin. Price low to high. And let's see what they're fetching. Now you've got all your write-offs, your Cat S's and your Cat N's and things. We'll skip past them because they're irrelevant because ours is HPI clear. We're still going. Old shape, 4 grand with 45. Old shape, 40,000 for 4 grand. That's a 16 with 60,000 for 4,000. That's a new shape with 52 for 41. That looks like a private sale. That's done 54. 57. 58. 42.50. Wow, we've done well with this, haven't we? I think it's worth 4.5 grand. 42.95. They fetch good money for what they are. So yeah, looking on the Auto Trader, I'd say that this is worth 42.95. So I've dropped very, very lucky. Fingers crossed it stays off, which my gut feeling is it will. Sometimes the lights can just come on, so yeah, looks like I've been lucky this time. But it just shows you buying from auctions is such a risk. That could have cost me well over £1,000 if that was the cam chain. But lucky for me, that computer's reset it. It's took the traction light off. It's took the tyre pressure monitor light off. It's done everything. So yeah. Now, if you did enjoy this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos of me going to auction and taking these silly risks that I do, press the subscribe button and hit that bell icon because that'll tell you when I've bought my next car. I'll see you later.